Hello guys, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be going over everything I learned from the solo cash cup, and there's a lot to be learned. Before we get into that, 51% of you guys watching are not subscribed, and if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing and liking the video as that greatly helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And remember, for every 1,000 users we get on code M1K3, I'll be coaching one of you guys for a full tournament session. With that said, let's get into today's episode. Hopping straight into the tournament, in game number 1, I had the game plan that I was going to avoid fighting at all costs and only play for endgame. This is simply because this tournament is extremely placement based compared to previous cash cups. A victory in this tournament gives you 20 points, whilst an elimination only gives you 1. Additionally, this tournament is Champion League players only, meaning that there will unarguably be a few good fighters in your game. As I've always said in earlier videos, in game 1, when you are against not so great players, you want to go for high ground as this will most likely win you the game, and winning was everything in this tournament.
Proszę.
After I have a good game in game 1, I feel like everyone is better than me in the following game. And this is a major mistake I make, because this makes me nervous and I go for stupid plays. Instead of being nervous after winning a game, I should be excited to have the opportunity to compete against better players, because this gives you the feeling of control during a game. In game 4, I don't look up to gain awareness at all during my rotation, and when someone builds in front of me, I don't try to relocate, I just walk into his builds. This completely scuffs up my rotate and ends up getting me killed. In game number 5, I can clearly hear that someone is above me in lazy, but I still decide to go out in the wide open without building roofs over my head. This was a greedy play and something I should never have done. There are a lot of mats to be farmed and no need to save them in the early game. In solo games, you want to have bouncers going into the first moving zone, as this is a game changer. And in game number 6, since I didn't have bouncers, I wanted to go for a play on the opponent above me. However, what's important to do before going for a risky or dumb play is understanding the risk and reward. In this game, I could have easily gotten top 5 with the loot I had, and there was really no need for me to go for this brainless play.
At 2 games to the points, kasi.
In this endgame, I get a pretty free refresh elimination, and since I didn't take my time picking up the gold tactical shotgun, it actually didn't go into my inventory. If you swap too fast from your shotgun when picking up another one, Fortnite won't register that you picked the weapon up, and that is what happened in this endgame. If I had a slightly better awareness, I would have noticed this immediately and I could have gotten the gold attack, which is, to say the least, quite a bit better than a gray one. Here, I should have unarguably went into the zone and picked up all of the loot. I have no idea why I didn't do that in this endgame, and this is a beginner's mistake. Game number 8 shows the importance of having bounce pads in solos. Going into future solo cash cups, I'm going to have the mentality that the only thing I need is bounce pads. So if I come out a lazy without bounce pads, then I'm going to fight someone for it. And if the first guy I kill don't have bounce pads, then I go for another fight. This rotation was incredibly difficult, and with the 3 bounce pads, it would have been the opposite. It would have been easy. I had 15 minutes to play out game number 9 and to get as many points as possible, because I had to queue into my last game 5 minutes before the timer was over, so I was sure to get in. And this is what confident Marin looks like. In game 10, I was completely shambles and had to full send someone. Alrighty, so I ended up placing really bad because I completely failed in my last game. However, to give you guys some perspective, if I would have won my final game with 5 kills, I would have had 105 points, which was the threshold for money in Europe. So it really all comes down to winning the last game, and unfortunately that was one of my worst games. Anyway, I feel like I've learned a lot from this cash cup, and now I'm just hyped to be playing FNCS in a week. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name has been M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.